Please sit down. Good morning, namaskar, Rashid Ali. Welcome back, everyone. And those who have joined today, I warmly welcome you all to this second day session. Yesterday, I'm sure you will agree with me, those who are present yesterday. Yesterday, we had a truly enlightening session, and I'm sure each of you have taken away lots of valuable insights with you. Today, we once again here for our second and the final session, and I look forward to build on whatever we have done yesterday and making this closing session just meaningful and very enriching. I will just quickly read out today's schedule before I invite Manishwari to offer her welcome speech. So the session begins at 10 o'clock. We're already behind 10 minutes. And then we'll have a welcome speech by Manishwari ji. And then we'll begin with the first session, 10:10. And then we will 12 to 1 p.m. we'll have lunch break. And 1 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. second session by Keshila. And then 2:30 to 3 p.m. we'll have tea break. And 3 to 4:15 p.m. We'll have the last and the third session. So we together we have 3 more sessions today in between all the breaks. And finally, we have the vote of thanks by Ling. So this is our today's session, and my sincere request to everyone is we will stick to our schedule, and please keep this in mind so that we can take make it most out of that. Now I would like to invite Ms. Vanashiri. Ms. Vanashiri.
Thank you so much.
We will do in 2 minutes.
Good morning, Geshe.
इधर दो होगा ना कैमरा
Good morning, Geshe.
कैमरा बेहतर है
अच्छा
And
तो कैसे में
good
क्या बोल
morning
रहे
to
हैं
all of you
एक
here.
कैमरा पीछे दिखाओ
On behalf of Menlhai Jamtse
इधर दो दो
Jamtse
गया
Ling
बन
Center, it is my great joy and pleasure to welcome all of you on the second day of this special teaching program. First and foremost, we extend a heartfelt welcome to Venerable Geshe Dorji Damdul, Director of Tibet House in Delhi. It's a rare and precious opportunity for us to receive his guidance and wisdom here in Mumbai. I also welcome warmly all the members of Menlhai Jamtse Ling Center, whose dedication and efforts have actually made this program possible. And all the participants here, we are truly happy to have all of you here with us. Your presence adds strength and spirit to this gathering. Yesterday, we were blessed with profound teachings from Geshe Dorji Damdul. His knowledge and insights were deeply inspiring. Today, we are graced with yet another rare opportunity to continue learning directly from him. We would like to encourage everyone to listen with openness and take these teachings to heart. We've come together with a shared aspiration that as many people as possible will benefit from the Dharma and from this precious chance to receive guidance from Geshe. We learned yesterday how these teachings help us to move beyond ordinary ways of thinking to avoid conflict and to expand our circle of compassion through clarity of reasoning. As we deepen our understanding, may we all learn to see ourselves not as separate, independent beings, existence. And may our study and practice reveal not only the gross aspects of dependent origination, but gradually open us up to its subtle dimensions as well. At this time, I would also like to share with you the biography of Menlhai Jamtse Ling Center. Menlhai Jamtse Tibetan Center was established by Geshe Larampa Lobsang Tenzingla in 2018, located in the bustling city of Mumbai, India. The name Menlhai Jamtse of Medicine Buddha, reflecting the center's mission to promote healing, compassion, and spiritual growth. The Menlhai Jamtse Center was officially registered as Section 8 non-profit organization in 2022. Mumbai is really lucky to have this center in our midst. With its large and diverse population, has many individuals interested in Tibetan Buddhism. There has been a lack of places for systematic study of Tibetan Buddhism teachings in the city. This gap motivated Geshe to create the center, offering a space for locals and visitors to explore Buddhist philosophy and practices. And for that, we are truly grateful. In a city known for its fast-paced and often stressful lifestyle, many of Mumbai's inhabitants struggle with personal and professional challenges, leading to anxiety and mental strain. Recognizing the therapeutic benefits of Buddhist practices like mindfulness, meditation, compassion, wisdom, and mind training, Geshe offers these teachings to help individuals achieve emotional healing and cultivate inner peace amidst the pressures of modern life. The center aims to provide not just a spiritual refuge, but also a pathway to greater emotional well-being for all who seek it. And we are so happy that we have this in the midst. It's like we've been taking advantage of it for the last few years. So thank you, Geshe. With that, Geshe Dorji Damdul, can I request you to begin the teachings?
Okay, thank you, Vanashri, thank you so much. And thank you, Manala, And it is indeed a great joy to have this is what I indicated yesterday. We'll have the Shiva Sandhya like there in life and his team, the Shila, the Pensala, the whole team that Shiva they brought. And anybody today and also in the future, but there's a possibility as Manashwiji very clearly indicated, there's a possibility for people to feel a safe haven here in Mumbai, in the presence of Michelle of Samson. This is something very, 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 a great, great blessing for Mumbai and Mumbai people. So, having said this, today is the second and the last day for this program, and all the participants will be. I see that many of you are from another master's course, another diploma course, and the certificate course, new doctoral course, and so forth. So you know what is the basic structure of Buddhism, and keep in mind that the Buddhism that we're talking about, it should not be seen as like like a religion. Like, okay, now I'm changing religion. No, this is not the point. This is what I made very clear yesterday, that for example, we enjoy pizza, no need to become Italian. So we don't have to become Italian. We can enjoy pizza, we can enjoy spaghetti, we can enjoy shaman. We don't need to become Italian or Chinese. No need. The point is that that your well-being is very good. Your well-being, and particularly say it's such a city as the metropolitan city, Mumbai. No doubt people are. There's a great say. Okay. Red race is there. It's all right. Okay. And that the people are busy, and naturally, one thing that I'm sure that many of you will agree with me, that particularly the young ones, the two young boys here, one is 14, one is 16, and on the one hand, they're very lucky to be born in this era where the parents, they are very educated, and financially everything is stable. But finally, when these young people they grow to age 20, 21, 23, or so beyond 20, then you should become self-sufficient. So there, whether you can sustain yourself, and of course, is that the many will not only sustain but will succeed, will be successful. But some, they really have to struggle because they have to catch up. They should be able to cope with the current situation where the pace of life is so fast, and we may not have the capacity to catch up. This would be a major crisis amongst the citizens, younger citizens of the nation and of the world, because of this on the digital, the world turning towards already have turned into the digital world. So because everything was so fast, but how fast is our mind? How fast is so with the digital development, we see that there are two things happening. There are all sorts of information there, very good information there, very bad information there, and the distractions are there, and constructions are there. So this is the space and time where the youngsters, like their age, this is something that, which makes us comprehensive, apprehensive, and also quite scary to see that some young may suffer a lot, while some will thrive because they have the potential to shine and they get the opportunity with this digital world. So this is something which we need to think about. So His Holiness the Dalai Lama always focuses on the well-being of the individuals. Let's not forget it. First of all, make sure that they forget about, whatever religion, this religion, Buddhism, whatever, just leave that aside. Focus on your well-being to make sure that you are happy. Your life is meaningful, that the family members, their life is meaningful, their lives are meaningful, and your children, they are taken care of. This is very, very, very important. And particularly, I would say that for everyone, I would say that your children, don't let the children flow according to the age, because they don't want to go to school. They want to hang after the mobiles. This is a reality. So if you just, okay, my child is like this, my son is like this, my daughter is like this, and then you don't pay attention, that is the negligence from the parents' side. This is very important. Make sure that your children, they are taken care of. So that some of the parents, what they do is that they're very busy in their life. They work and so forth, and they don't get to spend much time with their children. And then to make the children happy, what they do, they give money, they give them mobile, just to make them happy. So meanwhile, the children's life is ruined. And at the end of the day, the child reaches age 16, 17, 18, 19, they start to fight with the parents. Because they have never learned. They only got the money. They only got the gadgets from the parents. They didn't get time from the parents. They didn't get the knowledge from the parents. So they're only this, and then they will flow in the natural tendency to go for the easier thing. What's the easiest thing? Mobile. What is the easiest thing? The money. So this is where the parents really need to think of, unlike our days when we were small children, and there's no gadgets, no money, nothing. Everybody has to struggle, and the children, they have to use their creativity to struggle. Now, the parents give them money, they cannot spend time with the children. They're busy. So the parents, is very important for you to take the responsibility to make sure that you spend time with your quality time with your children. This is very important. And then the child will automatically be taken away from the gadgets. Because if you don't spend time with the children will to manage on their own, to become very responsible. It's very unlikely. So this is something that I like to really share, as Manashwari very clearly indicated, that in such a cosmopolitan city like Mumbai, that the people are very busy, and then what about the children? And there is a digital world, the life has become even busier and faster and pace. So this is something that we need to know. So with this in mind, let us begin with this prayer and the refuge and bodhicitta of the prayer to all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, to invoke the blessings that the people in Mumbai, people in the world, and people in the whole universe, the Milky Way galaxy, and the whole universe, the beings, human beings, animals, insects, carnivores, God and goddess, spirits, everyone whosoever has the feeling and not wanting to suffer, wanting to experience happiness, let's pray that nobody suffers. Everybody will have an opportunity to grow in the cognitive thought process and expand the effective universal compassion that because of the cognitive thought process awakening, the fears dissolve. And because of the expansion of the effective compassion, universal compassion, the happiness, the expands to infinity. So let us include this in a prayer, and then imagine that all the beings are with us today in this together. And today we have His Holiness the Dalai Lama, a living Buddha on planet Earth. We are very fortunate. So let's also invoke His Holiness and all the enlightened masters of the past India and from across the world, the great masters of compassion, of the understanding of emptiness, dependent origination. Let us bring them to our in our thoughts to seek the blessings, and meanwhile also bring all sentient beings with you. So this is my first, I'll say a verse in English, and then followed by in Tibetan, and then recited mantra, essence of dependent origination mantra, Pradisambhava mantra. I go for refuge and am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. By my accumulations of the practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge and am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. By my accumulations of the practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge and am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. By my accumulations of the practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Sanje Shoda Zo Nanda Chanjo Bardo Dane Gyalso Che Dage Jinso Kebe Sonangi Tola Benje Sanje Dubara Sho Sanje Shoda Soge Chonanda Chanjo Bardo Dane Gyalso Dage Jinso Kebe Sonangi Tola Benje Sanje Dubara Sho Sanje Shoda Soge Chonanda Chanjo Bado Dane Gyalso Che Dage Jinso Kebe Sonangi Tola Benje Sanje Dubara Sho. Tindi Yumri Diamaro Tindi Yumri Maro Tindi Yedamati. Tisha, like him. Okay, so the many of you are from not in the master's course, not a certificate course, so associated with that knowledge studies attitude Tibet House, you know the mantra, and also from the Asha Jinzubinji's the students, you also know the mantra well, so we'll recite this together. And those of us who do not know this, just listen to us and then join us if you somehow get the mantra. Om Yedarama Hetu Prabhavam Hetum Tesham Dathagato Yavatat Tesham Chayo Niroda Evam Vati Mahashramanaye Swaha. Om Yedarama Hetu Prabhavam Hetum Tesham Dathagato Yavatat Tesham Jayo Niroda Evam Vati Mahashramanaye Swaha. Om Yedarama Hetu Prabhavam Hetum Tesham Dathagato Yavatat Tesham Chayo Niroda Evam Vati Mahashramanaye Swaha. All phenomena arise from causes. The causes are taught by the Tathagata. The cessation causes as well is taught by the grace here. Okay, today we will do what is known as the taking the aspirational bodhisattva vow. And when we talk about this aspirational bodhisattva vow, it is just the namesake. It is just to cultivate your mind to become more compassionate. And finally, as the Buddha clearly indicated, that is about our well-being. His Holiness that is always the things about the whole world, the well-being of the world. So for His Holiness, the well-being of the world is first. Only then comes Tibetan issue or Buddhism, and these things will come later. So first, the world, your well-being. And and all these different isms, they came in order to take care of the well-being of the beings. We should not forget this. So those people who can think of the well-being of the beings as first, followed by the different isms, Buddhism, Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Jainism, or the Baha'i, or the Sikhism, or the Judaism, and so forth. So all these are for the well-being of the human beings. So whereas if you reverse it, the human beings' well-being is the isms, then the religious, the fanaticism, fundamentalism, all happened, and the wars happened. So this is very unfortunate. So the most important thing is the well-being of the beings, well-being of the human beings, well-being of the animals, well-being of the whole world, ecology. So that should come first. And for to make this happen, all the isms, all the science, technology, they should all come for that purpose. We should not forget it. That's very important. When that happens, then we see that we have a common goal. This common goal will bind us together. Whereas if the goal is separate, when ism is first, isms are different. Where they're different, we'll see ourselves as distinct from each other. Distinct means we should win and you should lose. Then the fights happen. So this is the problem. And corruption, everything happens because of this, that we, I, and you, this distinction happens. Whereas there's common goal there, then I and you becomes a tool to get to the common goal. That is we. That's so important for us to remember that. So with this in mind, so for that to happen, to see the common, once you have the sense of common goal, then our job is, okay, in what way we can help each other. For example, say in the olden times, the father goes out to say look for the material resources, and the mother makes sure that the children, the family, they are well taken care of. Father doesn't know how to do that. So therefore, the thing is that nowadays it's more like the homogeneity is created, where the women, the men both work. At the same time, we should be thinking about it, that the children should not be neglected. While both are working, children get neglected. This is very sad part. So having said this, the goal is the humanity, or the goal is your well-being, that becomes the goal, then we all look for well-being. So one can create this well-being is when people are together, not divided. What brings the people together? Just affection. What divides the people? Anger. So what brings people together is the compassion. So what you're doing here, taking the aspiration Bodhisattva vow, it is to make a commitment that I will contribute to the harmony of the community. I will not contribute to the disharmony of the community. So that is what we are doing here. So with this in mind, if at all you want to have some sense of okay, if at all you want something to be, say, like a sense of commitment, then what I was saying is that see if you can say that commit yourself that from today onwards, I will try my best not to harm others. Number one, I'll try my best not to harm others. If possible, I'll help others. If possible, I'll help others. And at any cost, I will try my best not to harm others. This much if you can commit. If I say that this is your commitment, then every religion will accept it. Every religion will accept it. And even the secular, the laws, very sensible secular laws, the laws of the countries, they will all agree to this, not to harm others and render benefit to others. So this is something which we're doing here. So with this in mind, I will say this verse. This verse is that finally keep in mind that to what extent I can do that, to what extent I can do to help others and not harm others, to what extent I can do. It depends on your potential. For example, say somebody is a child has a potential to score only like 60%. And the neighbor's child has a potential to score like 80%. And the parents should not compare your child and the neighbor's child. Your child can score only 60%. If the child scores like 58, 59, 60, you should congratulate. Don't make the child suffer. Don't suffocate the child. Say, look at your friend in the neighborhood. He scored 80%, he scored 90%. Don't compare. You have to know the potential of the child and rejoice. Rejoice in the efforts that child puts. That's very important. Don't compare. Knowing the potential of the child, for example, let's say now with the gadgets or the mobiles 20 years ago, 30 years ago mobile and today's mobile, don't compare. Because 20 years ago mobile is very crude and today's mobile is very sophisticated. So your child may have strength in other ways. It's not that everybody has strength on the modern education per se. That is not the only area where you can shine. You can shine in multiple ways, in numerous ways. There are so many different ways by which you can shine. For example, even cooking. You can be the world #1 chef. Music, you can be Mozart. Even dance, like you can become Michelangelo or Taylor Swift. Or Michael Jackson, right? So what I'm saying is that there are multiple areas where you can shine. It's not necessary that your child should be top, the topper, 99% in the score. Yeah, so this is one thing that we need to keep in mind. So with this mind, what we are saying is that finally, that to what extent I can do this question, I can help others, to what extent I can not harm others. So that entirely depends on your potential. And what kind of potential I have, what kind of potential that your husband has, your wife, your children, your parents have. At the core, everybody has 100% potential at the core. But to what extent that can be manifested? So this is like a diamond. Each one of us, we have like, so the common example that I give is, for example, like they say the diamond. So what is the difference between diamond in the showroom, 1 kg diamond in showroom and 1 kg diamond in the ditch? What's the difference? Which is more expensive? Not from NMC. Anybody not from NMC? Give an example. And if you don't know what is NMC, you are the right person. You're getting it. Okay. If you don't know what is NMC, then you give me the answer. Which is more expensive? 1 kg diamond in the ditch and 1 kg diamond in the showroom. Yes. Okay, one in the showroom. Okay. Okay. So what's your name? Neville. Okay, so Neville just said that the diamond, 1 kg diamond in the showroom is more expensive. Okay. And the Namradesh is not too happy with that. Yes, she's not happy, I know. Okay, so anybody else? Anyone? Okay, the girl there.
The ditch because it's a hidden potential.
Okay, you are a natural philosopher. I'm not asking philosophers. I'm asking somebody who didn't study any philosophy or thing. Okay, anyone else? Anyone is okay? Anybody from online? Anyone from online? Okay, online they're all expert. I can see that they're all from Narendra studies. Okay, anyone else who don't know what is Narendra study, NMC, right? Raise hands. Okay, so okay, now would you want to give me the answer? The gentleman over there. Okay, one in showroom. Okay, is there anybody who is associated with the jewelry shop? Jewelry shops. Okay, never.
That's why I said the show. You dig it out, it has value, then you shine it, polish it.
No. Say polished. Same polished, exactly same. One is in the ditch and one is in the showroom. Okay, so now we are listening to the say somebody expert in this area. Neville. So what he's saying is that earlier what he said is that a diamond which requires polishing a raw diamond from the ore versus somebody already shaped and in the showroom ready to be used. Okay, so there's a difference. Whereas my question is where both are finely polished and one happens to be in the ditch, one is in the showroom. So
Discovered, one is yet to discover.
no, my question, which is more expensive?
Same.
Okay, so Neville is saying that these two are same. And if someone said no, the one in showroom is more expensive, if this you're thinking, you have no idea about the diamond. You're getting it? Okay, so the idea is that no, there's no difference. But ordinary people like us who have no understanding of the concept of these, making the one in showroom is more expensive. No, for example, people like Neville's, what they will do is they will pick up the diamond from the ditch, clean this up, wash it, clean this up, and put in showroom. It becomes showroom diamond. You're getting it? So all these enlightened masters like Jesus Christ, Ram, Prophet Muhammad, or Bahula, or say Lord Mahavir, or Zoroaster, or say the Lord Buddha, or Guru Nanak, all these are like the diamonds in the showroom. And we are like the diamonds in the ditch. Deep inside, it's just the same. The only thing is that we are in the ditch, so therefore we smell dirty. They're in the showroom, they smell perfume. This is difference. But the Diamond Express will remove the one from the ditch, wash it well, put some perfume and put it there in the showroom. It was showroom diamond. So keep this in mind. This is your potential. If you see that these enlightened masters, they're amazing. That source of amazement is also within you also. Don't forget, you also have this. You have it. I have it. So this is known as the hidden treasure. Why hidden? It is not manifest. It is in the ditch at the moment. People not look. People just see the dirty water there. They don't see the diamond there. They see the dirty water there. This is exactly who we are. We have the diamond inside. And if ever you think that no, I'm not competent, I'm not good at anything, this is the greatest of failure. You fail to recognize that you have the diamond. The reality is that whatever religion that you're following, whatever gender, everybody has this potential. Everybody has this 100% potential. So our job is never to give up. Never to give up. And nobody can fail you. Nobody can fail you. Only you can fail yourself. When you fail, when you say that I'm hopeless, I cannot do anything, I'm not good at anything, I'm not at all worthy, I'm not deserving, that is the greatest of the failure. Otherwise, nobody can fail you. Look at many of the other people, truly successful people. Look at these people. These people, you see them as shining, glowing, glamorous. But if you look at the biographies, how they started from scratch, from totally what we see as a hopeless state. From a hopeless state, they never give up. They keep struggling and then finally they shine. Everybody has the capacity to shine. Let's not forget it. So this is your potential. So now this, what we are doing here, the one verse commitment that we're making is to tell yourself, to remind yourself, and to tell yourself that I too have the potential. I too have the 100% potential. So my job is never to give up, but to awaken this potential. Awaken this potential. Put every effort to awaken this potential. To make sure that my fears become zero. I become fearless. My happiness expands to infinity. So this is my job. So meanwhile, we come to know that, I say them to remove the fears. Remove the fears. We have to stop creating fears in others. To expand your happiness, expand happiness on others. This is all what is known as the what is it? Mirror neurons activation. Mirror neurons activation. You stop harming others, your harms are all stopped. You expand, give happiness to others, your happiness expanded across religion, across ethnicities, across gender, across the species. So that is what's required. So with this in mind, I will suppose that we don't have this verse. So next time maybe get Sheila can, or in if it's the prerogative Sanjunta and Ilan goes, and then here, and then if you can do something later, whenever some other programs happen, some prayers can be screen shared for the public. Yeah. Okay. So I will recite this verse, and your wholehearted, your commitment is just to invoke all the source of blessings, meaning the inspirations for you to grow compassion. For example, like if you are a Hindu, think of Lord Ram, Lord Krishna. And particularly, I personally feel great affinity to Lord Ram because Lord Ram has had many brothers. They were all equally princess. But why Lord Ram is particularly loved by the public? There's some qualities there, the quality of affection, which attracts others, the affection. That quality is the quality of compassion, quality of affection that he has. So think of that. And say, for example, like say for the Muslims, I would say particularly I like Rumi. I like Kabir. It's just amazing. Read their writings. Very, very inspiring. Extremely inspiring. And for the Christians, Jesus Christ is an amazing example. And for the Parsis, many Parsis are here in Mumbai. Bahula. No, sorry, it's Zoroaster. And then for the Baha'is, Bahula and the Bab. The two amazing. Bab was killed with 700 bullets for him speaking for the equality of the humanity. For him speaking for the humanity. For the equality of humanity, he was killed with 700 bullets. Bab, who made the prophecy of the emergence of Bahula, who was the founder of the Baha'i religion. And look at Guru Nanak, such an inspiration of the blessings. This is so precious. So think of these enlightened masters and then the Buddha who taught this unconditional love of the bodhicitta. So any enlightened master you see as a source of inspiration. Think of that. And you can think of all. Finally, you should be inspired. Your compassion should increase. And you should be a contributor to the well-being, to the harmony of the community. That is number one thing. Then alongside, you also think of your two parents, all of family members, your children around you, to inspire them, that you see the lessons from these enlightened masters, and then you inspire all other beings, including tiny insects. The dogs, the cats, some of the dogs, cats, they're so compassionate, amazing compassionate. Think of these. And all the beings, difficult people in your life, bring them in your, they also have the Buddha nature, diamond-like Buddha nature, they also have. Everybody has this hidden treasure of the ultimate awakening. So when we say the Buddha nature, Buddha does not mean Buddhism. Don't confuse between Buddhism and the Buddha nature. Buddha is a Sanskrit word. It means awakening. That be awakened so that your diamond gets exposed fully and that you experience fearlessness and infinite happiness. Okay, with this in mind, The associated verse, see if you can contemplate on meanings as much as possible. If not, just think, make the commitment that from today onwards, yes, finally, we thrive, we survive, but depends on others. May everybody, may I be able to be of service in ways, if possible, to offer benefit to others. If not, at least not to harm others. Make this commitment with your mind and make sure that the destructive emotions such as anger and so forth, I will minimize them to the best I can. I go for refuge to the triple gem. I confess the negativities individually. I rejoice in the virtues of all the beings. I hold the precious brotherhood of my heart. I go for refuge in the triple gem. I confess the negativities individually. I rejoice in the virtues of all the beings. I hold the precious brotherhood of my heart. I go for refuge to the triple gem. I confess the negativities individually. I rejoice in the virtues of all the beings. I hold the precious brotherhood of my heart. Oh, you're good. I'm so glad that all these enlightened masters, if they are to observe what we're doing here, making the commitment, I'll try my best to offer benefit to others across the humanity, across the gender, across the ethnicity, across the species. And not only the species, even species include the vegetations also, out the planet Earth, the ecology. So, and all these enlightened masters will be so happy, so happy. So this is your offering to these enlightened masters and your service to all the beings. Okay, so with this in mind, yesterday we started this text in praise of dependent origination by Lama Tsongkhapa, a 14th century great Tibetan master. And how we said is that we all have the Buddha nature, that we all have the diamond-like potential within us. And this diamond-like potential within us, this is what the Buddha Shakyamuni discovered. He did not invent it. And he discovered that it existed within everyone, which means that Buddha Shakyamuni came in 2,580 years ago. But this reality of what is known as the hidden treasure, which the Buddha taught to exist within us, that is true 0.3 million years ago. The Homo sapiens first came way 100,000 years way before the Buddha came. Homo sapiens existed 0.3 million years ago. So that nature, the hidden treasure, existed since that time. And before the Homo sapiens, 200 million years ago, 300 million years ago, dinosaurs, the age of the dinosaurs, the dinosaurs, they also have this, the sort of a hidden treasure within them. But at that time, the development, as what Charles Darwin indicated, the human evolution of the human beings, Homo sapiens, then evolution of the animals, starting from the unicellular organism. Unicellular organism, the first ancestor that we all share was the unicellular organism, which came on the planet Earth 4 billion years ago with the water. 4.6 billion years ago, the planet Earth came out of the sun. And the sun came out of the Milky Way galaxy. And the Milky Way galaxy came out of the Big Bang, singularity. What they call what the physics would call a singularity, which is the initial trigger of the Big Bang, which is said to start the whole universe. So that 15 billion years ago, that singularity exploded with the Big Bang, called as the Big Bang, and gave rise to all the galaxies, innumerable galaxies. And how many of these galaxies are visible today? We never know. So we talk about the visible universe. Visible universe, meaning universe, the say galaxies, part of the universe from where the light reaches the planet Earth. light reaches our eyes. So because of this, we're able to we see the visibility of these galaxies. Whereas there are many other galaxies still beyond whose light are yet to reach us. A lot of these galaxies, many of these galaxies, they're yet to reach us. So therefore, we don't see them. We don't see them. And they say some of the galaxies, some of the stars, their light reached today. It took like maybe say the 15 billion years or 10 billion years or say 4 billion years and so forth. So which means that what you see happening today, oh, the star exploded, whatever you're seeing today is not happening today. It happened 4 billion years ago. It happened 10 billion years ago, 12 billion years ago, because the incident that happened there, that light, since that long, 14 billion, 10 billion, 5 billion, that number of years from there, the light has been traveling. And it took to reach us these long number of years, 15 billion years to reach us. And you see that is exploding. No, this already happened 15 billion years ago, or 10 billion years ago, 5 billion years ago, so forth. So this is what it is. So with this in mind, the reality which the Buddha discovered, he did not invent, he did not indoctrinate, he did not give us as a theology or dictated as a, this is a set of rule that I'm giving you. No, this is what he discovered. He did not invent. So discover means it already existed as early as 15 billion years. And some of you may be wondering, what about before 15 billion years? This is what the physics, they still debate. Physicists, they still debate. There is no consensus. So some say that 15 billion years ago, the singularity, that's the beginning of the universe. And many physicists, like Nobel laureate in physics, Professor Roger Penrose. So for him and Professor Michio, a world-renowned physicist, for them, no, before the Big Bang, there should be something else. Otherwise, it's full of contradictions, logically inconsistent. So this is why that many physicists believe that there is, of course, way before that. So having said this, what I'm saying is that we all have this potential. We all have the potential, maximum potential. It's just about how kind you are, how sensible you are to yourself. And if you're very sensible, very kind to yourself, you put every effort to awaken this hidden treasure within us. This is very important. Okay. So with this in mind, say, then if you can see the things further away in time and further away in distance, the more you're able to see things further away in time and space, you are a noble person. You are an evolved person. The shorter in space and time you see, you are a childlike, you are an infantile being. So, for example, like a small child, age 5, 6, 7, will say that, okay, how many of you have been through that age, 4 or 5 years? All of us, right? So at that time, how many of you said that I don't want to go to school, mom? Raise hands. Oh, I have a stomach ache. You don't have a stomach ache. And you say, I have a stomach ache. I have a headache. I don't want to go to school. Raise hands. Raise hands. Ilengo? Yes. Okay. So how many went through this? So if your parents told you that, okay, if you don't want to go to school, don't go to school. By the time you reach age 17, 18, your classmates, they all shine. They're going to universities. And then you will feel that you are lagging behind, right? And then you regret, and you express your regret to your parents. You express in form of complaints. You start fighting. And the parents will tell you that, but you said that you don't want to study, you want to play. But I was, what's going to be the response? But I was a child. I did not know what is beyond 5 years, what is beyond 10 years. You are my father, you are my mother. You should be guiding us, you should be guiding me. You're getting it? You are an elder. I was a child. So those people who don't see things far away in space and time, these are known as infantile beings, childlike beings. Although age-wise, older like me, with gray hairs coming, still thinking only today. These are the infantile beings. Those who can see things way beyond in time and space. These are the evolved beings. We all have the capacity to become a evolved person. We all have that capacity. So our job is that, okay, if I were to tell you that you want to become evolved person or you want to remain the infantile person, what's your choice? Evolved being. Raise hands. I want to become an evolved being. So evolved being does not happen organically or naturally. It comes only with effort. Only with effort. Where the effort is missing, you will continue to remain as infantile being. So it's very simple. Those children who always with the gadgets all the time, and particularly they lock up themselves in the room, they come out only during the food. Even the food, they don't come out. They take the food and get inside and again lock from inside. So these people will continue to remain as a child. Today's world. Whereas those children who have a sense and so gadget, yes, you have the homeworks to be done, which your teachers will send through email. You have to check the email. You have to have these using gadgets, but that you also give time to yourself for your growth, reading very productive, meaningful books, and going out to meet with people, to take part in the different programs, rather than always nightclubs or nightclubs, gadget. So those people who do that, going out for good programs, reading the constructive materials, meaningful materials, these people will shine. Those people who always locked up in the room with a gadget all the time, and then in the night, in the daytime tired, sleeping, in the night wake up. If this is what happens, you have the treasure, but this treasure will forever remain obscured. And you will suffer eventually. And your parents will not be with us. Your parents will not be with you all the time. One day your parents have to leave. And then you'll be alone. And you are totally vulnerable. So this is something that we need to keep in mind. So with this in mind, I say that this, in other words, evolved beings are those people who can see things way, they say, ahead of time, or the further away in time and in space. And by doing so, these people will awaken their hidden treasure. What is that hidden treasure? Hidden treasure of the happiness and the hidden treasure of the infinite happiness. This is the awakening of the hidden treasure. These are the evolved beings. So we said that we all want to become evolved beings. In which case, what should we do? What should we do? Anyone? What should we do? We need to awaken the hidden treasure within us. So what is your next question? How to awaken the hidden treasure? How? Okay. So for that, this hidden treasure, okay, say that okay, I'll tell you, in fact, the two young boys, I will ask this question to you. That 2 weeks ago, I say my handkerchief, it fell in the mud. It was a brand new handkerchief. It fell in the mud. And then I was a little worried. Oh no, my handkerchief became dirty. I washed it under running water. It became very clean. Oh, I'm so happy. 1 week ago, after 1 week later, again the same handkerchief fell somewhere. And I was not worried. Second time, because in the first time it fell, I washed under running water and it became so clean. Second time it fell somewhere and nobody, because that I wash it under running water, it will become clean. I wash it does not become clean at all. So the two boys, particularly two boys. So can you guess? Can you guess what's the reason in the second case that the stain is not going away? In the first case, it just the mud when it become very clean, it get removed from the running water. In second case, why is not going away? Anyone? Two boys? Okay. No mind. Okay, one is 14, one is 16. Anyone else? Anyone raise hands? Okay, over there. What's your name?
Issue.
Yes, issue.
So I think the second time you didn't do it immediately. Like you were not concerned, like, okay.
No, I did immediately. Okay, the gentleman over there.
Maybe you didn't use the proper detergent.
Maybe you didn't use the proper detergent.
No, in the first case, I did not. So the gentleman, what's your name?
Aditya.
Aditya is saying that you did not use the detergent properly, right? So in the first case, also I did not use detergent at all, but the mud washed away so
In
clean.
second case, the water is dirty.
No, it's a very clean water. It's from Mount Kailash. Okay, Walter.
So it was not mud. So the second time was not mud. Something like oily or something more
NMC?
strong.
No, are you from Narendra Studies? No.
So which did it?
Oh, if you are not sure, then which means you are not.
So, but this was not a mud.
Okay, so what Walter is saying, Walter, right? Howder. Audra. Audra, yes, I never give up. Audra. Next time I may ask you again. Okay, so what Audra is saying is that in the first case, the stain was mud. In the second case, the stain may be something different. Yes, that's correct. Because in the first case, I made it very clear that it fell in the mud. In the second case, I did not mention. I said it fell somewhere. You're getting it? So it fell in the grease. Grease is oily. It doesn't go under the running water. It requires detergent. It requires detergent. So therefore, Aditya. So what Aditya said is that in the second case, you do not use a proper detergent. So I tricked you by saying, in the first case also, I did not use detergent. We're getting it? Because for the mud, we don't require detergent. For the grease, we need detergent. Okay. So now from this, do you agree with me that what remedy to apply is determined by the nature of the defilements to be removed? Do you agree? What defilements, what remedies to apply? For example, okay, I'm sick. Oh, take paracetamol. It doesn't work. I'm sick. What is your illness? What is your sickness? You have to check it first. It's tuberculosis. If it's tuberculosis, the paracetamol will not help you. So it'll help you just for like 2 hours. Again, the fever, everything will come back. So what remedy to apply is determined by what kind of problem. You have to know the nature of the problems. Now the nature of the problems, to say that I need to awaken the hidden treasure within me, known as the Buddha nature, or the potential for perfection. I need to awaken this hidden treasure. I mean, awaken this and the diamond. But to awaken this, you have to do something. You have to apply the remedy. What remedy to apply is determined by the nature of the defilements which obscure your diamond-like hidden treasure. You agree? So now the question is that the hidden treasure was obscured by the mental defilements. What kind of mental defilements? I mentioned this yesterday. Anyone? What kind of mental defilements are there to obscure this hidden treasure within us? Okay, so now, okay. Yes, okay. If somebody can be compassionate to me, if somebody can be compassionate towards me, you're getting it? Which means that what I taught yesterday, if you can reproduce it today, I'll be very happy. Okay, so now is expert, I know. NMC? Here. NMC? No? Yes, you can say this. Yes. What kind of obstacles, what kind of obscurations are there which obscure your hidden treasure? One is ignorance. Yesterday we talked about the two barriers. The two barriers which stop us from expanding to infinite. One is the barrier of ignorance, and another one is the barrier of selfishness. You're getting it? These are two barriers. So yesterday what I shared with you is not for the experts, for the amateurs. Now today is going to be for the experts. You are ready? From the amateur, you can become an expert now. For the amateurs, for the experts, I have to teach something technically correct. Technically correct. You're getting it? Say if you go to the big monastic universities, you said I study emptiness with Geshe Dorji Damdul, right? If you say that, then they may talk about the Buddha nature and so forth. And yes, we studied there also. Wow, amazing. And what obscures that? Or the two barriers. Okay, what barriers? Ignorance and selfishness. So they will see that this is the amateur teaching given. You're getting it? Whereas if you can reproduce what I'm saying now, then they will see that this is a very technical thing, professional, the concept. Okay, so for that, we see that defilements, mental defilements, which obscure this hidden treasure within us, that defilements is of two kinds. One, okay, the gross one, and the other one is subtle. The gross one, for example, like say, somebody smashed a garlic in my mug. Somebody smashed a garlic in my mug. And I said that I don't take garlic, who smash it? And you say, I'm very sorry, I did it, right? So then you say that I'm very sorry, I'll wash it well. So you remove the solid garlic, and wash it under running water, it become very clean. Okay, now is there any solid garlic inside? No solid garlic. Smell it? It still smells garlic. So where the solid garlic like mental defilements, the gross one is there, and the subtle smell of the garlic like mental defilements are there, subtle one. So the gross one is known as, which obstructs your hidden treasure is known as afflictive obscurations. Afflictive one. This is technical. You're getting it? If you don't want to go to South India monastic universities, that's a different story. If you want to go there and to boast them that I studied emptiness with Geshe Dorji Damdul, you have to learn these technical things. Otherwise, you'll be shocked. They're studying emptiness. On the other hand, what they learn for the amateur, the teaching that they got is just for the amateur people, not for the experts. Okay. So the gross one is known as afflictive obscurations. And the subtle one is known as cognitive obscurations. Let me repeat it. Your hidden treasure, technically known as the Buddha nature, that is obscured by two kinds of defilements. One is a gross and the other one is subtle. The gross one is known as afflictive obscurations, and the subtle one is known as cognitive obscurations. Okay, now first, what exactly is the gross afflictions? We all have this. Okay, how many of you are happy on this Sunday evening, but no, the Friday evenings, and not so happy with the Monday mornings? Right, not so happy in the Monday morning. The two boys, Monday morning is not happy. Friday evening is very happy. Yes. Okay, which means that there's something in your mind, right, which makes you to fluctuate between happiness and the unhappiness. Monday morning, very sad. And Friday evening, you are just animated, right? Okay, which means there's something there, you're vulnerable. Vulnerable meaning this is not your true nature. Your true nature is what is that? 24/7. Your mind is happy. This is your true nature. But we don't feel it because the true nature is blocked by something. You're getting it? Okay, that what blocks us, that is either the gross one, which is afflictive obscurations, and the subtle one, which is Neha, cognitive obscuration. Neha is expert. Okay. Okay, cognitive obscuration and afflictive obscurations. Now, why you classify this mental defilement into two, affective and cognitive? Why two? There's a reason. It's not just the accidental. It is there's a reason there. The gross one, if you remove this, okay, by the way, let me just ask you first, because that all these what we are studying, say I can give just lectures after lectures, unilaterally, no interaction. And you may listen to this lecture like 50 hours versus just 1 hour of the interactive session can be very different. 1 hour can be more productive than 50 hours of listening to a unilateral lecture. So with this in mind, let me ask the audience is, just tell me that one thing that you don't like, anyone, one thing that you don't like, you're unhappy about. Yes.
Coriander.
Okay, coriander. Okay, let's say coriander. Coriander. And I thought that he's going to say the what? Okay.
I like it.
Okay. Good. Neha.
I don't like wet feet.
Okay. So some people they don't like coriander. Some people they don't like the wet feet. It should be dry. Good. Anyone else? Okay, Pamela.
Shibboleth. I don't like it when I have to be around people who are complaining all the time.
Okay. So so your name again?
Never.
Nevilleji and the Neha. So if you Pamela is saying don't complain. You're getting it. So, okay, in fact, Pamela is also complaining herself. Right? Okay. So Pamela says that I don't want to see that I don't like to see people complaining, right? Okay, anyone else? Anyone else? Quick. Yes, over there, Aditya.
Hard work.
Huh?
Hard work.
Hard work. Oh, okay, that's very okay. That's the honest answer. Yes. Okay, I don't want people telling lies. Okay, now we see that there are more things are coming up. My question to you is first to Neville. Why don't you like? What's the problem with coriander?
I don't like the smell.
What's the problem with the smell? What happens?
My body.
Huh? No, what happens with the smell? What happens?
It irritates me.
It irritates. Okay, let's not forget it. So just the smell of the coriander, it irritates me. Okay, don't forget it. Right? It's not the smell, it's the irritation that you don't like. You like irritation or not? Also, so actually it's not the coriander. Coriander is the trigger for the irritation. You getting it? What you really don't like is the irritation, not the smell of the coriander. If the smell of the coriander, somehow there's a biological change within your body, physiological changes within your body, where you smell the coriander, instantly the happy hormones flow. You will say, Namrata, please bring more coriander. You're getting it? Okay, it's not really the coriander, it is the irritation that comes to you that you don't like. Okay, next, the Neha. Why don't you like the wet feet?
It makes me cold and irritated.
Okay, so it makes me feel cold, right? It makes me feel cold, and I don't like this cold feeling because it irritates me. Again, the real thing that she doesn't like is the irritation, not the cold feet. With the cold feet, you feel it cool. You're getting it? You feel it cool. What's the feeling like? Pleasant, unpleasant? Hey, a cool feeling. The neighbor is very cool person. So you like it, you don't like it. You like cool person or you like cold? You like cool person or you like cold person? Cool person, not cold person. You're getting it? You like cool person. So cold feet and cool feet is so different. I like cool feet. I don't like the cold feet. Okay. So again, it's the irritation. And then the aditya, some hard work. Why you don't like it?
Maybe because I get bored very easily, with the same stuff.
Okay. No, so you do different stuff. Don't do the same stuff all the time, but hard work with all the different stuff. You like it?
And that's what I've been doing, but it's not that effective.
So what's the problem?
Sorry?
What's the problem? When you do the same thing over and over again, hard work, what's the problem?
Because you know what it's like, to deal with people, and that's very frustrating.
Frustrating.
Yeah.
So it's not that you don't like the hard work, you don't like the frustration.
Yeah, that's
You're getting it?
Yeah.
Okay. So did you all get one point? That actually what we really don't want is we don't want frustration within us. We don't want irritation within us. And anything which triggers the irritation, anything which triggers the frustration, then we also dislike those things, those that triggers also. You're getting it? So this is where people fail to distinguish between what you actually don't like and the triggers of what you don't like. They mix up the two things. So there's I don't like coriander, and then hey, the Namrata never bring coriander, right? Or say the Neha will say, don't make my feet wet. You're getting it? Okay. So where if this is change in your biology and change in your physiology, what can potentially happen? It does happen to many people that at one point your feet is always cold. Then at a certain age, the feet becomes very hot. Certain age, then you have to, even sleeping, you have to keep your feet outside the blankets. How many of you do that, raise hands? Yes. Neha, there are many people who take their feet out, right? Yes, it happens to you also. So therefore, the point is that it's not the cold feet, it is the irritation or unpleasant feeling that is triggered by the cold feeling. You're getting it? So in short, what I'm saying is that what we don't like is the unpleasant feeling. This is what we don't like. Okay, now is there anybody who likes to tell us, what do you like? What is one thing that makes you so happy? Raise hands. Huh? Okay, the rotten food? Rotten food? Stale food? Okay, don't just say food. With food, rotten food, healthy food, what are there? Healthy food. Okay, good. Anything else? Anyone else? Yes, Nevilleji. Riding a motorcycle. Riding a motorcycle. Okay. So, say riding a motorcycle. Now, brother, you do one thing. You always show Nevilleji some photographs of people with accidents. Right? The video of accidents all the time. Every day. And gradually that pleasant feeling changes to unpleasant feeling. Then he says, oh, now full stop, I don't want it anymore. You're getting it? So look, it's not that you like the riding motorcycle. What you like is with the motorcycle, pleasant feeling is triggered. So riding a motorcycle, that serves as a trigger for the pleasant feeling. What you really want is the pleasant feeling, not the motorcycle. Motorcycle is a trigger. You're getting it? Okay. Anyone else? Yes, Sonal. You don't like yoga? You like yoga? Okay. Okay, why? Okay, with the physical yoga. Okay, so now Sonal is saying that she likes yoga. Yoga that makes her feel physically fresh. Okay, physically fresh, mentally fresh. Okay, so yoga is a trigger. Physical yoga exercise is a trigger for you to feel mentally, physically fresh. You agree? So that is a trigger. It's not the actual thing that you like it. What you really like is the fresh feeling. Mentally fresh, physically fresh, that is what you like. And then you see that yoga triggers that. So therefore you start liking yoga. In other words, do you now get some sense that what we actually dislike is the unpleasant feelings? What we actually like is the pleasant feelings, fresh feelings, these things. And then anything which triggers, anything that triggers these pleasant feeling, you like it. Anything that triggers unpleasant feeling, you don't like it. You getting it? Okay, what food do you like?
I like South Indian food.
Sambar,
Yes.
idli,
Yes.
dosa?
Yes.
Which dosa you like? Masala dosa?
Sada, crisp.
Sada,
ghee roast.
sada dosa. Okay. Okay. So for time to look at her body. She looks so fit and fine. In case, right? Say you eat one dosa and you say your weight increases. Then you will start to see the dosa, it will traumatize you. You agree? So dosa per se is not what she likes. Dosa per se is not what she likes. She likes the pleasant feeling that she gets without the side effect. If she gets a side effect, unpleasant feeling will be triggered. You getting it? So therefore, it's not the dosa. You are actually attached to your pleasant feeling. You getting it? Let's not forget it. Okay. So we have to make the finally what we learned today is that they say what we actually dislike is the unpleasant feelings. What we actually like are the pleasant feelings. You getting it? And then alongside what triggers that pleasant feeling you like. What triggers unpleasant feeling you don't like. You agree? This is very, very, very important. So with this in mind, for example, like say the people, they are what we call as a difficult people. Raise your hands, those who have classified somebody as a difficult person in your life. Raise hands. Okay. Nebel is looking at Namrataji if she's if she thinks of Nebel, right? Okay, raise hands. Okay, raise hands those who do not have anybody you classify as a difficult person. Raise hands. You don't have anybody in your life who you classify as a difficult person in your life. Okay, no one. So for me personally, I would say that when I was a little more age 5, there was one girl. The mere thought of this girl traumatizes me. I was 5 years old, and this girl must be like 8, 9, 10 years old. And in the school, boarding school, every little boy, little girl, they were handed over to a senior girl, usually a senior girl. And then the senior girl in whose hands I was given, that girl, the moment she sees me, she'll slap me. The shirt should be like this, and then slap me, like this, and then slap me, like this. The moment I see her, it traumatizes me. So and then there are some other people, to the extent that in my 20s, early 20s, 20, 21, I'm meditating Bodhicitta. May I become Buddha for the benefit of all sentient beings. Then I think of one person, I'm not going to tell you. One person, that was when I was in my 20s, 20, 21, now 58. 20, then that person comes to my mind. No. May I become Buddha for the benefit of all sentient beings except for that person. Except for that person. Okay. So the point is, what I'm sharing with you is that person, that same person who triggers, the person doesn't change. It's the same person who would create complications to you. So under one situation, that person's described as a difficult person. Person per se is not difficult. It's that unpleasant feeling is triggered within you by that person's behavior. So therefore, you don't like that person. Now later with the same behavior, pleasant feelings triggered. You like this person. You agree with me or not agree? You like this person, but the same behavior start to trigger pleasant feeling. You will start to love it. You like the person. Okay. So with this in mind, this is so important for us to distinguish between what you like and the triggers what you like. What you don't like and the triggers what you don't like. You're getting it? This distinction if you make, then we will use techniques whereby the triggers of unpleasant feeling can be changed to triggers of the pleasant feeling, so that you will start to love everybody. You're getting it? Okay, this says what we should be doing. For that, what makes us to see that these, what we call as difficult people, they are the trigger for unpleasant feeling, because no external person can create problem on you because of your Buddha nature. You have the hidden treasure within you. When this hidden treasure manifests fully, nobody can block you, your fearlessness. Nobody can block you from infinite happiness. But when I see this person, unpleasant feeling comes. So somebody blocks my happiness. This is because that hidden treasure is blocked by something else. Remove that. Remove that mental defilements. So what are these two mental defilements? Afflictive obscurations and cognitive obscurations. When to remove them, then you will not be affected by any other external factors, including the so-called difficult people. Difficult people are not difficult for you. What can trigger unpleasant feeling in others can trigger extremely pleasant feeling within you. So therefore, you become forever happy, totally fearless. Okay, so with this in mind, our job is to remove the mental defilements. And what are the mental defilements? Afflictive and cognitive obscurations. And what is afflictive? What kind of afflictive obscurations are there? This afflictive obscuration's job is to stop you from experiencing fearlessness, to stop you from say experiencing freedom from miseries. Let me repeat it. In other words, these afflictive obscurations, they attract all the miseries. They attract the miseries. When you remove them, your miseries will be over. Let me repeat it. Job of the afflictive obscuration, the gross one, is to attract miseries. When you remove the afflictive obscurations, your miseries are over. There is no factor within you to attract the miseries. You become liberated from miseries, and you experience what is known as fearlessness. Number one. Cognitive obscurations, the third one. It blocks us from experiencing infinite happiness. It stops us from experiencing infinite happiness. When that factor is removed, what happens? You start experiencing infinite happiness. So our job is to remove these two mental defilements. And to remove them, we have to know the nature of the mental defilements. What is the nature? Whether it's the ordinary mud or whether it is the grease. You have to know the nature. And then the afflictive obscurations, broadly speaking, is of three kinds. Broadly speaking, there are three kinds of afflictive obscurations. One is contaminated karmas. Number two, afflictions. Number three, the active seeds of the first two. Number one, contaminated karmas. Number two, afflictions. Number three, active seeds of the first three. What does it mean by contaminated karmas? Okay, the moment thus far, our talk is more very secular, and certainly karma comes. And okay, now this is something we enter into religious concept. No, karma means action. For example, if you study well, instead of hanging after the mobile all the time, you study well, you read something, the meaningful magazines or books, you continue to grow. Your language improves, your concepts improve, and your thinking matures. Whereas if you always have the gadgets, reel, right? And they say somebody's dancing, and you also create your own reel dancing. And then you keep dancing. Today you may be 20 years old, and you keep dancing, And then they say one time gray white hair start to come, still you're dancing, right? And while your classmates, they're already shining CEO of a company, and you're still dancing. You're hearing it? And then you with the gray hair dancing, nobody is interested to watch you. You know. So for example, young boy like these two, they dance, everybody watch. I dance, nobody watch. You're getting it. Look at old man. What is this? You know, he's spoiling our reel. So, but this young today young. It's not that you will remain young forever. Don't. One day you'll also have the gray hair coming up. Keep this in mind and then keep the gadgets away for some time. Read meaningful books. Keep growing. Otherwise, one day you think that you are young. Geshe said we are young. And then you gradually you see that you already start having gray hair and people are not interested to watch yours. And your likes will be zero. Your likes right, will be zero. You're getting it? Okay. So therefore, the point is that we need to say, okay, now contaminate karmas. Karma doesn't mean some religious concept. No, karma is action. Karma is action. You do meaningful things, meaningful results will come. You do insensible things, insensible results will come, which you regret. So that's the karma. Karma means action. Karma is a Sanskrit word. It means action. Okay. With this in mind, number one is the contaminated karmas. Then number two is the affliction. What is affliction? Afflictions are the emotional states. Causal, I would say causal emotional states, the presence which disturbs your mind. Causal emotional states, the presence which disturbs your mind. This is affliction. For example, like anger, attachment, jealousy, craving, belligerence, and so forth. These are the causes for disturbing your mind. Okay, that's the affliction. And what is the active seeds? For example, so how many of you engage in planting seeds and then trees or vegetables and this is grow resistance? Okay. Okay, Neville, tell me, what do you plant?
In a small little balcony, whichever, no, like fruits or vegetables.
No, what do you plant? What kind of seed do you plant? Tell me.
Money plant or maybe just
Any flower plant. Flower plant. Let's say rose flower.
and for CSR tree plantation.
Okay.
Right.
So let's say you plant the seed. Apple, okay, let's say we plant apple seed. Apple seed, and the apple trees grow out of that. So apple seed is not an apple tree. You agree? Apple seed is not an apple tree, but it has the potential to give rise to apple trees. You agree? So likewise, seed of the anger is not anger. Seed of the anger gives rise to anger. So these are known as the active seeds. Whereas the burned seeds, apple seed, burned apple seed. You take a handful of apple seeds and put in the oven or on the fire and just roast it. And then you put in the soil, will it grow? It not grow. This is known as the inactive seeds. There are active seeds and inactive seeds. Okay, so afflictive obscurations they constitute what? Contaminated karmas, actions of anger, the actions of physical fight, or say they say physically any wrong actions, embezzlement, stealing, sexual misconduct, or killing. These fall under the physical. Then verbal, slandering, harsh words, telling lies, idle gossip. So these are the verbal. And then mental, say the covetousness, malice, and the disregarding, the wrong view of disregarding the cause effect, the functionality. So these are the mentals. So these are the, say, the 10 non-virtues contaminate karmas. So then the afflictions, for example, like the destructive emotions like attachment, anger, jealousy, broadly speaking, all the afflictions fall under three classes, three families. One is the family of attachment, second is the family of aversion, and third one is family of ignorance. Three afflictions. How many afflictions there? There are millions and trillions of them are there, but all can be classified into two families. For example, like how many human beings are there? 8 billion human beings are there on planet Earth, but we can put them into two families. One is the males and the non-males. Non-males, you're getting it? Don't say females. Or you want to classify the females and non-females. You're getting it? Keep a symbol. So everybody's included. Okay, so likewise, all the afflictions, although there are trillions and trillions of afflictions are there, we can classify all them into two families. No, three families. What are they? Family of attachment, family of aversion, and family of ignorance. Okay, why three? This is a major question. Anyone? Why three? Anyone? Sharmila ji, why three? Sharmila ji, over there. Sharmila ji and Audrey. Audrey ji, two of you. Okay, look, why two of them, they are passing the mic to each other? You know the reason? Because they are nervous. Why nervous? They are from NMC. You're gonna get Gisela is expecting good answers, right? If you don't get good answers, then we'll be in problem. Okay, one of you. Okay, Audrey, yes. Okay. Anyone else? Sharmila ji? No? Okay. I'd like to ask Neha. Neha's also nervous. From NMC too?
Because like already said, it covers all.
Okay. Neha knows that OTG is from NMC 1. So therefore, okay, safer. Okay, anyone else?
Make a choice, always make three.
Nevilleji, at the first time, that's why Nevilleji is very active, because he's not from NMC. Right, later he becomes the NMC, let's see. Yes.
When you need to choose or bucket two, the third is always to make this right choice. Like between the two, you should have a third. To make the choice.
Why not fourth?
It's confusion. So if you don't know where to go, one or two, the third is always a decider.
If you don't know the one, then you also have the backup plan 2. Why
Not
3?
sure about the two, then you have the third as a decider.
And if there's no sure of the third, then you need the fourth. Okay, anyone has Namrataji?
Sorry, I don't know if I'm right, but because in the wheel of life, there's a big rooster and snake.
Yes, there are 3 there in the wheel of life. Okay, so we don't have this book with us. Okay, so the Odiji has the book. Okay, Odiji brought it from Pune. Okay, show this. Okay, in this book, I think page 300 or something, not 300, somewhere. You have the painting there. Yes, so that painting, in the center, there are the 3 creatures, which Namrata is saying, depicting the three afflictive, poisonous afflictions: attachment, aversion, ignorance. Why 3? Okay, Cyrus.
So I think there are 3 because generally when you think of extremes, it is either this extreme, that extreme. And then there is a state where we are not aware of the extremes at all. So that's why there are 3 states possible.
Okay, so it makes some, I would say it makes a great sense, but still it is not hitting the main point.
Because I am NDC, not NMC.
So, okay, Cyrus is saying that we require, okay, for the online participants, Cyrus is saying that, say, when you fall into two extremes, So there's something in between also. So 3. Okay, girl over there. Your name?
So,
Doel, yes.
so I feel that yesterday also you were saying that how dependent origination is something between absolutism and nihilism.
Yes.
So I feel that looking at the world through binary is not the best or the accurate way to look at it. So when you're saying 3, it basically breaks the binary and shows that there can be a third way, which is
More
somewhere
acceptable.
in between, not between maybe, it's a third parallel or a third dimension there.
Third one, which is more acceptable.
Yeah, more acceptable, more
Okay, but
dialectic.
keep in mind that this also affliction.
Huh?
Third one is also affliction. This destroys your peace of mind. Affliction is defined as mental state, the presence of which disturbs your mind. So third one is not the acceptable choice also. Okay, but what is said makes
Doing
sense.
something new also actually.
Okay, well,
always destroys
okay.
the mind.
What is said is, say so those people who are very active, which means they are not from knowledge studies, right? What is said is good. Okay, now let us jump to the point. Okay, the girl over there. There can be more, but why 3? This is my question. Okay, good. Now let us the girl over here. And then first NMC1 and
No, I've not done anything.
you have not done anything.
No.
Good, bad, nothing.
My teacher's art-based therapy is going on right now.
Okay, okay. So okay, now if you're related to art-based therapy somewhere connected to Ashaji Zubanji, directly, indirectly, whatever, your grandchild or grandchild, still I'm expecting some facts.
I think it's more like there are 2, which is like awareness and non-awareness. But in the awareness, in the the awareness part is like attachment and aversion are the 2 faces of the same thing. Even aversion is like attachment only. So that is the 2 faces. So that is awareness, and ignorance is more non-awareness.
Okay, in fact, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you. Okay, now let us put it like this. Let's say that we said attachment, aversion, and ignorance. Say, for example, okay, yes. Okay, is there anybody who likes to tell me what you like in your life? Is there anybody who likes to tell me what you like? Anyone? What do you like? Anyone? Craig? Yes. Abhishek.
I like to travel.
You like to travel. Okay. You like to travel. Why?
So it helps me to know a lot about different places, explore cuisines. And
Okay,
also-
so what if they say getting to taste varieties of foods? So then, so what? What is there? Some people they're fed up, seeing multiple foods. But you like it.
So it gives me that feeling of happiness.
Okay, it gives you a pleasant feeling. Okay, how many agree with that? So we like this, we like adventure. Well, no, I don't like adventure. I want to stay inside my home all the time. That's better. Or I want to read books. Sometimes I don't want to read books. So you have different choices. And why do you prefer this over that over this, and so forth? Is because that by doing that, that gives me a joy, happiness. Okay. So this joy, for example, like for Abhishek ji, this joy associated with the traveling, associated with adventure. This joy makes him to travel. So it says, I'm attached to traveling. I love traveling. What is love traveling? I'm attached to traveling. And I love yoga. Because with yoga, pleasant feeling comes. So this pleasant feeling triggers the attachment. For example, any form of attachment in the life, this is all because they are related to the pleasant feelings within you. You're getting it? With the same trigger, unpleasant feelings triggered. Instead of attachment, what will happen? Aversion arises. So therefore, within us, finally what drives us into different actions? What drives us into different actions is because of the feelings. For example, say you say that some people have the plan, okay, yesterday I attended the today program, so tomorrow I'll go to make sure that I get complete. And then this morning you get say you had a little bit of conflict. Your husband says, where are you going? I'm going to the class. What class? Everyday class. And you moved off, right? And then he say, what feeling comes? Unpleasant feeling comes. With unpleasant feeling, your motivation to attend the class comes down. So unpleasant feeling comes. So this unpleasant feeling, so earlier, the thought of going to this class, there's a joy. Now the joy is killed by this unpleasant feeling. And then you change your mind. Okay, today I'll not go. And your husband, your wife, whatever, says, no, now it's time for you to go. I said, no, I don't want to go anymore. I don't want to go, right? Your joy is killed. So therefore, unpleasant comes. Unpleasant feeling hinders you from doing, which earlier gives you joy. It hinders you from doing that. So unpleasant feeling can make you say, okay, so unpleasant feeling triggers aversion. Pleasant feeling triggers attachment. And there's also, we talk about the binary, the girl over there talked about binary, and Cyrus talked about the two extremes. So attachment is one. Pull. Aversion is push. These are the two binaries or the two extremes. Now, what is what triggers these two extreme thought processes? Because of the two extreme feelings, unpleasant feeling and the pleasant feeling. Now, there should be something in between also. What is that? Neutral feeling should be also there. With the neutral feeling, what happens? Ignorance continues. So, pleasant feeling gives rise to attachment. Unpleasant gives rise to aversion. Then the neutral feeling gives rise to ignorance. Neutral feeling, I'm sure you have many questions with this neutral feeling. Okay, I'm not going to, and those of us who are not from the analysis studies, you should know one rule, right? Those people who smile, they know the rule. Okay, Neha, tell me, speak louder. What's the rule? Neha?
If Yeshua asks the question, he will not give the answer.
Yeah, so did you all hear this? If you give me the chance to ask question, don't expect in your life answer from me. You're getting it? This is the rule. So they know it so well. So usually they don't give me a chance to ask question. They'll keep questioning me. Okay, so why? Now you are giving me the chance to ask question. Why? You gotta get why? Now don't ask me the question. I asked this question there. Okay, so with this, we have 3 minutes. Any questions? Here.
So you just explained that when you want to go and attend the session, and all of sitting on husband spoke to you, or you just get into some kind of between both of you, and your mood got spoiled. and then it is like you don't feel that, and then after that, after a while, when he feels that everything is fine, now you just get ready and go. But your mood is so much spoiled that you don't wish to go and attend the session or the class. And
Yes.
you just ended up not going there. So how to come out of this thing, this feeling, and how to react on that?
Okay.
This happens. This actually happens.
Yes, okay. This is a very good question. Okay, and then Nevilleji said, yes, that's right. Okay, the question is for the online participants. Question, your name?
Avni. Avni.
Avi.
Avni. Avni.
Avneet. Avneet, okay. What Avneet is saying is that what I said just now, that you have a plan to go somewhere, say to attend classes or to meet with friends or whatever, and your husband, your wife, or your parents, whoever, says that, why are you going? Why? And then it just spoils your mood and you don't feel like going at all. So under such situation, yeah, these things happen. So the question is, first, when you are in such situation, how do you react? This is number one. Number two is that the later, even if the other person says, okay, now you can go, still your mood is so badly damaged that you don't want to go at all. So under such situation, how can you come out of this problem? Two questions. The first is how to react. Okay, you want to listen? You want to know? Huh? Hey, those who want to know resents how to react on such situation. Avneet, you want to listen? Resent. Good. Okay. So how to react? Okay. There was a lady and who went to the doctor, Dr. Sandeepji. Resent? Yes. So she went to the doctor and said, sir, doctor, sir, I don't know what happened since recently. My husband is so grumpy. Whatever I do, he's so unhappy and always end up fighting. Please tell me something. What should I do? How should I stop him from fighting all the time, creating conflicts? So the doctor said, okay, that's a problem. That's easy. That's not a problem. So you have to do one thing. So when the fight breaks, what you do is that you just straight go to the kitchen. Are you listening?
Yes.
Good. I can see your eyes are so wide open. Okay. So you straight go to the kitchen and you do one thing. You take a glass, and fill this with the filter water, drinking water, and take one mouthful of water. Don't swallow. Just keep it in the mouth and keep swishing for 5 minutes. After 1 week, this girl came to the doctor, said, Dr. Sandeepji, what you said, it works magic. And the doctor said, this is not a magic. This glass of water doesn't have any magic. She said that this glass of water, what is that? This is magic. And the doctor said, this glass of water does not have any magic. It simply makes your mouth to shut up. So you just, when the other person in the rage of anger, it's not really rage or anger. Start small and then you also contribute it, right? You keep your mouth active and then the both sides escalate. So whereas right from the beginning, when you don't feel it, right, keep your mouth shut with the glass of water, swish it, right? Then the other person cool down. 10% will not become 50%, not become 80%. So this is the best thing. In other words, don't react. Don't react. That is your reaction to cool down situation. Your reaction should be to cool down the other person. So the best reaction is not to react. That is your reaction. Next is, okay, now it's fine, but how to come out of this problem? or come out as a problem is prove yourself that I am a strong girl, I'm a strong boy. How strong? Strong meaning opposite of vulnerability. I should not behave vulnerable. So simply because somebody said, what are you doing? And then you said, my mood off, I don't want to go. You're so weak. You're so vulnerable. Why should you prove that I'm vulnerable? Prove that you're strong. So how to remain strong? Whatever you said before, do it. No matter what. If the person stops you and you cannot avoid it, okay, it's fine. And the person says, go, yes, thank you, go. You're getting it. Prove that you are strong. Don't prove that you are vulnerable. So simply because that you easily change based on somebody else's words and somebody else's actions, this is your vulnerability. Don't prove that you are vulnerable. When the other person stops you, you cannot do anything, it's fine. But when you're given a choice to go, go. If you don't go, which means that you are still angry. You are still weak. Anger is a sign of weakness. It's not a sign of strength. Prove that you are strong. Go. Yeah. Okay. We'll say this session. We'll recite the Heart Sutra mantra 3 times, and we'll stop here. Eyata Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasamgati Bodhisvatyata Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasamgati Bodhisvatyata Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasamgati Bodhisvaha. Okay, both offline and online participants will meet after 1 hour.
Before we go for our lunch, I would like to make one announcement. We have Menlhai Jamtse WhatsApp group for your future event updates and other important communications. So if you wish to join, we have a QR code pasted near the lunch area. So you can just scan and join the WhatsApp group. Okay. Yeah, and post lunch will begin by 1:00 p.m. So I would request everyone to be back by 1:00. And before that, Geshe is requesting for a group photo with Geshe Dorji Damdul before we go for lunch. So please come forward and let's quickly post a group photo, and then I